Today is the day.
And I rarely get nervous, but I got nervous there for a second.
Hey everybody, welcome back to This Old Trike. Today I've got a story to tell, and if you watch my channel, which I'm sure you have, and I'm sure you're all subscribers, you know I can get long-winded, so I'm gonna try not to be long-winded, but I do want to tell this story because it folds into my whole objective of my channel to acquire one of every Honda three-wheeler variation made. So every year, every model, every color. And what I've been through to do that, it's been a 6-year process of very hot and heavy, searching and finding and identifying and checking off boxes. So, it started back in 2016 in the fall when I had my reawakening and remembered how much I loved Honda three-wheelers. I grew up on them. I just had a passion for them. I had a 350X when I was 15. Acquired a 250R shortly after that before I graduated high school, and that's what set the hook. And coming out of college in the early 2000s, I set a goal to get one of every Honda three-wheeler, and I don't think I knew what that meant and realized how many different variations they made. So at that time, I didn't have a lot of money to act on those goals. I just started to buy what I liked, and I was trying to find a 350X like I had, and this was in 2016 eventually when I started doing this. And one thing led to another, one machine led to another. My wife wasn't cutting me off because she's amazing, and she saw the passion and the excitement and the friends I was making. So that's a big key to this. It's true what they say. You meet the nicest people on a Honda. You meet the nicest people collecting Hondas, and this is no different. So as I started checking those boxes off, I discovered through other friends that I didn't have models on the list. And what are those models? Well, people know about the 88 Big Red, 88 Super Red. I'm not trying to get all the Super Reds and all the Australian name variations. I guess that's a line that I've drawn for myself. So I'll leave that one for you guys. Once you get all 78 of the variations, you can get those too. But so I learned about the 88 250 ES. And then I learned about the 85 200 ES, and I thought that was, the most obscure odd model that is out there. I don't believe 87 250Rs made it into existence. I don't believe 87 350Xs made it into existence, into the hands of the public. They probably did make a few of them. There was probably production going on, but I don't think they ever saw the public. But if I'm not talking about an 87 250R or 350X, what is the one I'm talking about? And the story goes, when I acquired, through the help of a friend, my good friend Matthew Jones over in England, tremendous guy. I value my friendship with Matt. When I bought an 85 200 ES, and he helped me crate it up, he gave me the lead on it. He was there right from the get-go helping me get that machine because he knew I needed one. Between when I bought that and when he picked it up and crated it for me and it got shipped over here, between when I bought it and received it, I learned through an Instagram post on my buddy Kyle's page, Old School Hondas. He shared a picture. I bet he didn't even realize what he was sharing. But he shared a picture of a machine that I didn't even know existed. And I had to zoom in and check out the gas tank, and the owner of it wasn't for sale. I found a couple of them here and there. One in Chile wasn't for sale. Another one in Sweden that I couldn't confirm it was what it said it was, because this particular model, it's easy for people to get the year wrong and then swear up and down that they're right. But then I reached out to a guy named Risto. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name, but Risto is now my buddy. Reached out to him in the springtime about a machine that he had that was beautiful, and it was this particular model that I was now looking for, and he told me that it had already been sold. It was in, possession of a new owner, and I asked him if it would be possible for him to keep his eye open for me. He was in southern Finland, and he said he would, and he did. And it was about pretty much 2 months exactly ago. He reached out to me with a for sale listing, and it was the real deal. He said, if you want it, I'll get it for you. I'll assist you in shipping, whatever it takes. I want you to complete that collection. And I was like, you're amazing. He did just that. He bought it before I even paid him for it. He had it in his possession, held it for me while we worked through shipping. Shipping was tricky, but we got it happen, or we made it happen and got it done. And it involved help. It involves shipping that machine to the Netherlands, to my good buddy Nick Duval. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but my good friend, my good Dutch friend Nick, who this is his Instagram channel. Make sure you follow and subscribe. And while we're talking about that, Risto has an Instagram channel too that you need to make sure you follow on that. Nick has a good collection of machines. He's the one that taught me about the process of creating a machine and shipping it over, and that's what we did on the 85 200 ES. So he gave the green light that he was willing to take receipt of this machine, create it for me, and ship it over. It was bigger than another machine or other machines that he had done in the past. He's done this with Ducatis a lot. But he did it and made it work, and it arrived last Monday, and I've done a couple things to it. But I guess without further ado, I will tip my hand and show you the process and what the machine is. Here we go.
It's easy to do, just follow these steps. 1.
Okay, Mr. Fraser, here's the Honda. I have it at home now, and it looks like what we saw from the pictures. Quite clean, not perfect, but I would say in fairly good condition. This I noticed that has been touched. This is not original. This has been modified, maybe crashed and then welded again. But yeah, here it is, waiting for you.
Well, we have muscled it into the shop. I've freed up some space. Work surfaces are cluttered up again, go figure. But we are about to do an unpacking And what I've noticed is there's a lot of nails. So I don't want to try to pull nails from the bottom and lift the whole thing up and have things fall apart on me. So I'm going to get my pry bar and actually, probably that's the way to do it, is unscrew these and that'll all lift up. So maybe I'll do that and put you on time lapse. So here we go. This is where we sing our song. That's why I put a trike in a box. Trike in a box, girl. All right, this will tell us what we need to know right here. Nice packaging to keep things from moving around. We'll compliment Nick on that. All right. So what in the world is this? Is this just an 84 Big Red? Wait a minute, that tank decal looks different. Looks like an 84 Big Red seat. All wrapped nice in plastic. I'll start laying things out over here. What decal is that? 200E and 84. They should have said Big Red right there. Here's another one. What's this? That's nothing. ATC 200E. Look at that. And the color scheme tells us that it's most likely an 84 ATC 200E. So this is an 83 that I may have acquired to make this one in the crate as nice as I can. The decals on the back here are ATC Big Red. But this just says 200E. This doesn't say Big Red anywhere. 200E. Now on the sides there, on an 84 Big Red, it's got a decal that looks like that. So same font, but why did they do this? Were they just using up parts? You know, that looks identical to 84. So it's high-low range, chain drive. Nick was trying to figure this out. This is the front tire on the rim. These are the rear rims. You could see it had just enough clearance to get in here. Battery is out. To do this, all the oil gets drained, and then it's a puzzle. No gas, no oil. But let's get the rest of this out of the box, and then we can see what we have. That was pretty snug. So let's assess more. That's just tape. There's a little ding right there. I think this tank will polish up nice. Overall, a pretty clean machine. So unlike the 85 200 ES that I got, this thing is going to stay together and not be torn down and undergo a full resto. This is going to be nicened up as much as possible, detailed while it's apart. Things like this, my whole rear end assembly. This 83 has a super nice rear end. I know you can't see it here. Very clean, original tires. We'll be putting tires and possibly rims over on this, depending on how beat up those rims are. The front rack on this machine, which I think is right here. Hold on. Cable is still connected. Throttle cable. Okay. Here's the front fender. There's the chain guard and the skid plate. The front rack. Oh, that's the grab bar. Where's the front rack? Right here. Oh, I can't get to it. Front rack has been modified to be narrow for some reason. I don't know if that was to repair something, but tank isn't perfect. Looks like this is paint that has peeled, has been touched up. We can probably touch that up a little better. That's nice and clean inside. Even though it's blurry, you can tell it's clean. Battery is on order. So the next step will be to get this unmounted. You can see he's got it strapped down here. Get it onto a work stand and start cleaning and reassembling. I don't know how long it's going to take to get it all back together, but hopefully soon. Is this a good weekend project at my pace? Probably not, but we'll give it a good try, see where we end up. All right, that's it for now. So we've done a little bit more rearranging. We're able to do a little bit better of an assessment now. It is the next day. The fenders have been unwrapped. Now, if you're noticing anything, this fender here has a pretty significant crack in it. That was kind of hidden in the for sale pictures by this pretty thick red tape here. So I could kind of tell something was up. It's actually missing a chunk too, so that's very unfortunate. What I'm going to do is hot staple that from the back and secure it. This fender will not be going back on the machine. The opposing fender from that machine will. So we're going to swap that around. I'm going to get Bruce at Blue Line Decals, the dimensions of that 200E decal on the back, to have him reproduce that. I'm noticing the various hardware that's been put in this. So like I'll take one of the correct bolts and make all that hardware correct. It's funny what you find and what's correct and what's not, what's different. So European models and Canadian models get a riveted plate. Now the 85-200 ES from England had the plate, and we know this is an 84 because of the E. 85 would be F. 83 would be D. Going through the alphabet in my head. This number confuses me. 424521. Really looks like S21, doesn't it? 621. What's interesting is Risto ended up buying another one of these out in Finland, and it is 6 numbers different than mine. So they were definitely on the assembly line at the same time. But I would expect this to be like 0021 or something low. So I don't know. I'm trying to gather up info on serial numbers, or the serial portion of the VIN. But we're definitely going to be swapping that fender out. I did notice, let me show you around the back, that this exhaust has been repaired. Looks blurry right there, but that's all bubblegum welded up. That exhaust is really nice, so we will do swappy. This whole assembly might just be swapped out because that assembly is very clean. Check out the front rack that was on this. At first glance, you're like, oh, that's a big red front rack. This thing is really heavy. It is, you'll notice there's no tabs to mount anything. It is like 1.5 inches narrow on each side. Somebody made this thing, and it is heavy. Oh my gosh. I'm so weak. So that will be swapped out. This, when I bought this machine, I didn't notice these. So I'll probably take that to get powdered and see if my buddy Mike can fix those dings. I think I'm going to put a basket and the speedometer from my buddy Craig on this, but lots of things to do. So these rims and tires, this one will be Survivor quality restoration. We're just going to clean this up, try to make it pretty clean and preserved. Now this has lost its paint. I might try to touch that up. Oh, back on the subject of the neck. It's got the plate, but the 85 had the sticker here, you know, that we're used to seeing here in the US, and there is no sticker. So that's interesting. And here's the VIN as you would be used to seeing it. There's the E. I don't know. This is a better overall condition than the 85-200 ES when I got it, so I don't feel bad about not going all the way with it. I can always do that later. I'd rather do a deep clean, get this back in one piece, and enjoy it. And then if it bothers me that it's not perfect, we'll make it perfect. And there you have it. I've been pulling things apart and cleaning things up, and I've got a lot more to do. But that 83 in the background there is going to help me make the 84 200E shine like a diamond. And, well, not really. It'll be a nice representative of a Survivor with original equipment parts on it. So I'm very excited to get that process done. Hopefully it doesn't take me much more than a week or two, and then I can show you part 2 of this video, the completion, the finisher of my collection. So thanks for watching. Have an amazing day, and stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe so you don't miss out. We'll catch you later.